into the magic when we step into the magic when we step into the magic of increase.
I am the king of the beach. This is the king's throne, I guess. This is my kingdom. For you, it may be your queendom. Have you thought about, all the fairy tales they talk about, kingdoms, queendoms? We like those fairy tales, don't we? Some of us. I do. When I think about that, I think about the fact that we are actually creating our own little kingdom or queendom around us. It's our world, as people say. Like, how's your world? How's your world? How's your world? So, in a kingdom, there is a ruler, and sometimes there's not very good rulers, and there's a lot of rules, and so there are some. And then there's more and more rules that get made, and then usually things fall apart, and then, it gets worse and worse. So one of the things is like, who is ruling your kingdom? So, is it a king or queen that is living in integrity and peace within themselves? If not, do the work to get there. Because that one that is insecure and scared and whatever is going to be outsourcing everything to other people. It is, in a sense, being like the person out on the ocean, just anytime there's a storm, just getting blown all about everywhere. But you are in charge of your sail, what wind you carry, what wind you catch, and how you catch the wind, and your rudder. Okay. I live in Humboldt, okay, so there's lots of udders. So who's ruling the kingdom is one thing, and what rules have you created for your kingdom or queendom? So if you got a lot of rules, you may want to break those off and create some nicer rules. If your rules are harsh, create some new rules. The one rule that I would say that is probably the ultimate one, maybe the only one you need, is that there is a rule of cause and effect, and we can't actually abandon that one or hide from that. You can call it karma, people call it many things, but that one is for real. That's probably the only true one, and then all the other ones are ones you make up. But you can make them up related to your life experience and what you truly want, what you feel like your heart, what you feel like. If you had a child, maybe you have a child or maybe you don't have a child, but you know someone that's like a guru or someone to you, and how you would treat them if they showed up to your house, how you would want to throw rose petals down. That'd be extreme, but in the sense, energetically, you want to throw rose petals down. You want to take the thorns out of the path for them. You want to create a way of ease and peace for them, and that they can succeed. You take that same energy, that same kind of unconditional love, and give it to yourself. And give it to yourself. Because you can't actually give it to any of these people. So until you actually really give it to yourself, totally cliche, but it's true. You must love yourself first. So as you're doing that, you become a more aligned, succinct ruler of your kingdom, because your laws and your rules and your decisions and everything are based at the soul level. Your soul, your spirit, there's many words you can use, but we'll just use the word soul. And the soul, in the sense, is connected. Your heart and your soul, they're connected to something that's deeper, the greatness, the increase for all. So those decisions are going to be much different than some of our companies out there, the CEOs, and what the people are making when they're looking at bottom dollars. So, and it doesn't mean that they can't still make money and look for the increase for all. It just means that Some people are making these choices out of fear, out of this idea that there isn't enough for all of us. So realize there's enough love, prosperity, peace, joy, freedom, heaven, everything within you. And if you build that, you become a ruler of your kingdom that is just and right and keeping purity and royalty amongst everybody. And you can have a throne like this. I mean, maybe even different. You may want a purple throne that floats through space. You may want a throne made out of grand crystal seaweed, or crystals. You may want a crystal throne. So, I mean, you can play with all those ideas, but the beginning is to become the clearest crystal you can of integrity and peace. And when you're living in that peace and feeling that freedom and feeling that overflowing in you, then you go out and you're not outsourcing anymore. You're give sourcing. I don't know. You're just giving. You're giving from a place of fullness. And it doesn't mean that you don't get to engage and get other people's increase. But if we're all walking around a bunch of increase, giving from the overflow, that's peace on earth. I've seen that vision before at an ecstatic dance weekend event I was at. And I saw the vision. He invited us to see the vision of what peace on earth looks like. So I invite you right now to do that. You can close your eyes right now and envision peace on earth. And as you turn this off, spend some time envisioning peace on earth. And then spend some time seeing your throne and seeing your kingdom and how you are ruling your kingdom and where you're ruling it from first. Is it from your heart? Yes, from your heart. You want to rule it from there. And then are all your movements and gestures and choices and habits and relationships aligned with that? And then your queendom is all good. And then you can play with how your throne is. And then you creating peace because you've created it within, so the reflection's everywhere. And so think about that. Think about, what does world peace look like to me? And you can close your eyes, you can move around. That's what I was doing. I was dancing it. But there's many different ways. You can just close your eyes and imagine what it is. So what I first saw was that the first vision was every cell. That's where I came. Every cell was in reverence with each other. They were communicating and honoring each other. Every cell in my body, every cell amongst me and you, every cell, and then it's like moved into atoms. And then it moved into this seeing that everyone they're not outsourcing anymore, they're insourcing. They're filling themselves up from that empty abyss that's even in every cell that we don't even understand, that is the greatness, the abyss of greatness. You could say God, you could say spirit, you could say nature, you could say just, I don't even know, but it's all good. And it just keeps adding increase. It's that potential. It's that, as they're seeing now with the nucleus, that it's actually just like a cloud of potential, and that it changes. It's not as shaped as we thought. So that's what's happening right now in your life and in everyone's life, in our kingdoms and our queendoms. So yeah, so think about that. What's peace on earth look like to you? We're just playing here. We're just playing around. So play with that. What's peace on earth look like to you? What's my throne look like? How am I ruling my kingdom? Is it from my heart? What are my rules like that I'm creating? Are they actually connected to my heart? Are they connected to past traumas and experiences? Are what my parents did that I don't really need to copy anymore? And some of them may be from people that we knew as kids that really helped. Some of them may be from heroes like Martin Luther King Jr., like the idea of holding a vision. Or could be some sports heroes or spiritual heroes or someone, and it could be relying with some kind of habit and rule that they had for how they were going to live their life. And that's all good as long as it lifts you up and lifts everyone up. It's not at any level even connected to any competition. It's seeing the royalty in you. I see it. Seeing the royalty in me, honoring that, and taking steps into action, and creating a kingdom and queendoms all over the world that just increase the peace, y'all. Yeah, increase the peace. Hey, check out my throw. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, 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 boom. Check out my kingdom. Woo. Yeah. It's pretty, huh? Yeah. Each one of these subjects in my kingdom are my visions and dreams and love and smiles and peace and freedom and meditation time. And they used to be big rocks that I carried. They were really heavy, but as you can see now, they're lighter and they're funner to play with. As you take those rocks that were really heavy, the past traumas and the things that were like big, huge rocks you were carrying, and you break them down, you sand them down, you create sand, and they become these jewels, because there's jewels in all of them. But they're much more fun to play with, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with rocks. I mean, rocks are pretty. That's a pretty rock. But there's some rocks that we have, so you know that's another way to look at it. So that's my kingdom. This is my kingdom. It's changing all the time. But enjoy yourself. Peace. Oh my gosh. Hey, check this out. There's a bird. I see a bird. You want to see a bird? It's a bird on a rock. Shh. Don't say anything. You gotta be quiet. It's a bird on a rock. What do you think that bird's thinking? Really? That's a good one. There's a bunch of other birds over here if you like birds. Are you a bird person? Well, here's your homies.